Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy Sag Glitch, aka Sag. I'm bringing you guys some embarrassing stories, but actually it's more like domination gameplay to me, Sag. I know what you're saying. It's been a while since I brought you guys some embarrassing stories, but since it is October 1st, I believe today, yeah, today is October 1st, I figured what better than qualify it to be a Halloween-themed embarrassing stories. We have 3 embarrassing stories to tell you guys today, all stemming first from junior year of college, up until last year, I believe. Yeah, last year. So Halloween is a big time of the year for me. I love anything horror related, and with that being said, I love going to haunted houses, just like things of that nature. But it's even creepier when things happen that aren't really, that are more coincidental and not really planned, I would say. And this first story I'm going to tell is going to be that of myself and my wife, who at the time was my girlfriend. This was junior year of college, and it was around Halloween, and the main highway that led into the entranceway to our college where we had to go to Walmart one evening. And of course, we go late since during the day we had classes, and during the afternoon I would have football practice, so we wouldn't be able to go till after dinner. And of course, we would procrastinate till late in the night. So, but anyway, the highway was closed down for renovation. It completely shut down, so we had to go the back way around it. Well, the back way had no lights. It was completely dark, and it was like 15 miles an hour speed limit because of how many turns and the angle of the turn that it was. And so we're going, and this was approximately around Halloween that this happened, and I believe it was the night before. And we're going to get supplies for either our dorm room or school. I'm not entirely sure of the details of what we're getting, but I know we have to go get them that night. So we're driving to Walmart. It's approximately 8 or 9 at night, and this was a 24-hour Walmart, so it's open at all times. We're heading on the back road to Walmart, and all of a sudden we see all these people. And I mean, not people like per se. These were super slow moving people in raggedy clothes, and I don't know if it was like homeless people or people just playing a prank on everyone that had to drive by or whatever it is, but for some reason the way they moved, it scared the crap out of us, both myself and my wife. And we didn't know what was going on. It looked like they were moving towards the car. They were moving super slow, but regardless if they were homeless or whatever, I wasn't going to roll down the window or see what they wanted anyway, because you don't do that, guys. Just a safety precaution. But on top of that, the fact of the matter is they were moving so slow and they just didn't look like they belonged there is what really creeped us out. So we were sitting at a stoplight, a red light, waiting for it to turn green. And we had to sit there because you had to turn left. You couldn't turn right, so you can't turn on red regardless. These people are moving closer and closer, and by the time they were within like 10 feet, we were screaming for this light to turn. And we had no idea, until this day, we still don't know what they were. But, you know, going through a young guy's head at Halloween time, it's like people are either messing with us or something's really going on that's creepy as you know what. So I'm just sitting there, and then we're like, zombies! Zombies! And so finally the light turned green, thank goodness, and we hightail it out of there. before anyone got any closer to us. And I'm sure if you guys were playing a practical joke, whoever it was, you know, kudos to you. If not, creepy homeless people, stay away. Like, this has nothing to do with homeless people in general, but the creepy ones that come out at Halloween that scare the crap out of you, yeah, stay away from me. Because, you know, now that I'm older, I will hit you with my car to get away. I'm just saying it, just putting it out there, you know. Second story in this, and sorry I'm kind of flying through this. It's short little tidbits. We're already at halftime, tied up 83-83 on the domination gameplay. Which again, guys, if you guys are just sitting here listening to the stories, you can, you know, just kind of stay away from the computer, turn the volume up, and listen to it as a storytelling. Or if you like the gameplay, please stay and watch whatever you guys feel like doing. But second story has to do with college as well. My roommate, Tim, you guys probably heard me talk a couple of stories with him. He's a really cool dude. We're actually still really good friends till this day. He's getting married next year. Congratulations to him. But we have a lot of fun, and it's like, it's, to me, almost, it's unnatural how easy and how entertained we become with one another. It's basically, when we interact, it's immediate, you know, immediate laughs, immediate smiles. It's just a natural bond between us. I don't really know how to explain it other than that. My wife gets upset when he comes over just because we start messing with her and picking on her. And, no, it's just a lot of fun when he comes around, and we have a lot of fun together. We can just do nothing and have this much fun. But with that being said, again, you guys know how much we love Taco Bell. Even to this day, I love Taco Bell. I know what you're saying, Sag. We hear enough about Taco Bell. We hear about it all the time. We hear about it tweeted. You know, whatever. Guys, Taco Bell is delicious. Okay? If you don't like it, then, oh well. You know, everybody has their own taste in food. But, so, Tim and I, this was our senior year of college, and we decided that we want a snack. You know, we went to, he eats dinner early, and I did too as well. I did too at the time, just because after football, you either had to go get dinner or you had to wait till you can get like a meal substitute in what we called the Bears Lair, which was like its own concession, like convenience store, concession stand, whatever you want to call it. But when you do stuff like that, there's only one line in and out, and it's always busy, and it's open for like 2 hours. So we didn't feel like staying, so we just went to go get dinner. And guys, dinner at universities, depending on what kind you go to, we went to a smaller university, so we were limited as to what we could choose. And a lot of times, the food was not made by the best of chefs. Well, so we're sitting there eating dinner. We ate at approximately like 6:30 or so. Got done and headed back to the house. Probably played video games or, you know, did homework or whatever it was we did. And we started feeling hungry about 2 hours, 3 hours in. At about 9:30, 10 o'clock. So Tim looks at me, he goes, "Hey, you want to do a Taco Bell run?" And knowing that, you know, when am I going to say no to a Taco Bell run, you know? Like, unless I'm feeling like crap or really don't want it, he's like, "Hey, you want a Taco Bell run?" And he's kind of nudging me. I'm like, "All right, I'll take you Taco Bell." And so we get in my car, which at the time was a Buick, oh God, what was it? Buick, it wasn't a Riviera, it's a Buick Regal, I want to say. And this thing was like, it was made to more like an old person car, as my wife likes to point out to me. But I liked it because it had a lot of room, and it was actually a really nice car. So I'm driving, we get to Taco Bell. We're sitting in line, we do 2 different orders. I pay for myself and Tim pays for him. We didn't want to go in just because, for some reason, even during the week, teenagers at the local high school like to hang out at Taco Bell. and it's a phenomenon that I still don't get till this day, because I still see it depending on the time and day that you're at. But we go to the drive-thru, do 2 separate orders. I pay for mine, and Tim orders his. And I can still remember exactly what he got because of the story. He got a Crunchwrap Supreme with beef Crunchwrap Supreme. He had a taco and a burrito, like a beefy cheese burrito or something like that. And the guy says, "Okay, well your total is going to be $6.66," which already we looked at one another and we're like, because we were like, we're not super religious, but we understand the number tied into it. And so we're like, okay, so we go to pay for it. And of course, this road, again, a year later, is still not finished. This highway that we're supposed to take is still not finished. Therefore, we have to take the back road. Well, we take the back road even further into the back road because where we were located on campus, it was as close to the freshman dorms as possible, which is furthest away from the main dorms. So we're on the back road, taking it way behind where we're located. Come on. So we're there on the road, and it's even slower. It's like 20 miles an hour, and this is on the straightaway. It's located down by a freight depot, I want to say. It's where the big semi-trucks load and unload the tows that they're taking around wherever they're going. So, anyways, creepy as it is, there's one light on the entire road. It is one of those overhead old school street lights that's gives kind of like a yellow-orange glow to the whole thing. Never seen anyone walk this road in our entire life, since we had to take it. We took a pretty good bit of time, almost every time we left our dorm rooms in my senior year. So we're on the straightaway, one glowing light, and on the edge of the light, you can't really see, guy in all denim walking down the street. I mean, this guy was fit, he was buff, he was huge. Never seen a guy like him. And I was like, what the heck? And us already being on edge for Tim's order to be $6.66, we were like, no, I'm not even playing. If this dude turns into like a demon or like Jeepers Creepers kind of looking dude, we're gone. You know what I'm saying? We didn't even stop. At that stop sign, we blew through it because we were not about to stop when something creepy like that happened. Come on. Losing A. So we're leaving, and then I'm like staring at them the entire time that we pass them. We blow through the stop sign, turn left, and go to our house. And we're like on the edge. We're kind of shaking up, and the guys are like, "What's going on with you?" And we tell them the story, and they're like, "You're messing with us, And we're like, "No, we're not. This is why, we're acting like this." We were so weren't really. I don't know what our issue was at the time, but we were the only two guys in the house that were allowed upstairs, since that's where our room was located. Even though there was a separate unfinished area that was locked to us. So we go upstairs and we just locked the door. I don't know what our issue was. We were worried. So we just kind of hung out up there all night. Just didn't really let anyone in, and we were paranoid because of Tim's whole order of $6.66. So after that, I was like, I looked at Tim. He was like, "Dude, I'm never ordering that same combination ever again. We're never going that late, blah, blah, blah." Needless to say, we went late like that plenty of times. Never once did we order that same exact combination to make it $6.66. We didn't want to test our luck. We didn't want to mess with it. So we let bygones be bygones and let it stop at that. So that was kind of like our little worrisome terror with just myself and Tim. Last story of the night. This actually has to do with last year. I've been talking about Halloween Horror Nights now for at least 4 years. My wife and I started going the year that we got married, which is 4 years ago. And we actually just went this past weekend, with both of my sister-in-laws, as well as my middle sister-in-law's new boyfriend. Well, there's times where you go and it's in the heightened part of the season, and, you know, you're going to get a lot of stuff. Last year, it was awesome. We got in super early. We had to, you know, we didn't have to wait in any lines. This year it ran a little different, so we had a little bit more time to wait in lines. But it's just the fact that it was the opening week and it was super busy, as is. But regardless, this happened last year, and we actually had it to where we were staying at the middle sister, who actually works at Universal Studios. We were staying at her house that year. She had to go in for work. I believe it was on a Friday, if I'm not mistaken. And she had to go in for work that Friday. Well, she left at the will call my wife and mine, our names, because she has certain days that she can get people in for free at certain parks. And it was a part-to-part pass, which would have been super expensive if we would have had to go and pay for it ourselves. But on top of that, we wanted to beat the Halloween Horror Night traffic. Therefore, we wanted to get in park early. So we go to the park, we go to the will call, and we decide to walk through the parks just to waste some time, just relax. So it was myself, my wife, and my oldest sister-in-law. And I believe the middle sister-in-law, who worked at Universal, took a half day that day, and we all just met up and did the part-to-parts and just hung out, played putt-putt that year. It was really awesome. I, of course, won, but that's not important. What's important is that we had time to relax before the Halloween Horror Nights. And at, I want to say 5 o'clock, they started closing down the parks, or the park location where this was going to take place, to set up everything. It takes a while to set things up. So we go to Margaritaville, which was a tradition up till this year. We actually ate at the Dirty Cauldron or something like that. Whichever food place it was in Diagon Alley. It was pretty good too. But we've been eating at Margaritaville these past years that we've been going. We'd order a couple of drinks, just relax a little bit, take time, because it was cool inside, and we were hungry and thirsty. So we were eating, you know, fish, hamburgers, whatever it may be, and then ordering a couple of mixed cocktails. And so we were feeling good, and as we were going in, we ordered some more drinks before we even were allowed in. The minute we were standing at the area in between Diagon Alley and the other parks, well, everyone started closing that down, but the workers there, we were kind of standing in line because they were like, well, we can't let you in yet, but, you know, we can scan you and get you ready. So they scanned our tickets or whatever, and I don't know if they, like, just kind of took it easy on us or what, but they allowed us in just as everything was setting up. So the minute, like, not even, I think we got in early. So we, of course, had Fast Pass, but on the Fast Pass, you can only use once per house. So since we were in so early, one of the first houses open was the Halloween house, which was one of the main houses at Halloween Horror Nights that year. So we went into that without a line. First people through. Barely had anyone in the park at that time. Like, the people, the workers actually working security, and like the different Universal workers were just like, you know, whatever, go in, we don't care. And so we were able to go in the house at like 5 o'clock. It was still sunny out, and we had a lot of fun. We went through the scare zones. I, unfortunately, at the time had a phone that had a battery life of like 10 minutes, so I didn't get a lot of video, which sucks. But this year, my wife was nice enough to give me a upgrade to the iPhone 6, and we took a lot of video, a lot of pictures, and again, that's going to be close. But anyway, so it's getting darker. It's about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and we're going to the line. We're in between the lines. And so if you were older than 21, on top of the bracelet they gave you a different color bracelet if you were ordering drinks. My middle sister-in-law that actually works at Universal did not have that bracelet on yet, but my oldest sister-in-law did. She got a drink, and she was heading towards the line because we knew we'd be able to finish that drink before we got into the next house. So we're in line, and my middle sister asked the oldest sister-in-law for a taste of it, just to see what it tastes like. So she hands it over to her, and immediately this guy, who was like 30-something years old, 40 maybe, he was huge, grabs the drink and was like, "Oh, excuse me, I need to see your ID." And my oldest sister-in-law, being the sarcastic person that she was, and it's hilarious, and was like, "No, you don't." And so when the guy approached him, he didn't announce that he was security. He didn't show anything. And this kind of took, me being the protective person that I am, regardless of family, friends, whoever it is, the way he did it alarmed me. So I turned and looked. I was like, "Is there a problem here?" He goes, "Yeah, I need to see your ID." I was like, and so he still is yet to identify himself as security. I was like, "No, you don't. Let go of my sister right now." And he kind of looked at me and gave me this look, and I wasn't backing down. I don't care how big you are. I don't care how strong you are. I'm going to win a fight no matter what's going to happen. I'm not saying this to be Billy Badass. I'm just saying this because, well, he lets go, and he's like, "Well, I'm in security." I was like, "That's fine. I am too. Where's your license?" He's like, "I'm working undercover. I don't have to have it out." I was like, "That's fine. But when you are asked to show your ID, you have to present it to the person asking, because you can't detain anyone regardless. I know the rules. I work at security, bud." And so he's giving me all this back and forth talking. I finally asked him, I was like, "Do you or do you not have your ID on you? Do you or do you not work for Universal?" And so at this time, a cop heard our argument and came over. I was like, "Officer, is it true that you have to share your ID if asked?" The officer said, "Yeah." So regardless, I about got in a fight with the security officer, not because I was drunk, but because the way he handled it was ridiculous and uncalled for. But with that being said, guys, that's going to be it for this story. If you guys enjoyed these stories, please let me know in the comment section. If you liked them, leave a like if you did. Comment if you want. And also subscribe if you haven't. Also, check in the description below for other embarrassing stories, as well as my YouTube channel and my Twitter. Don't hesitate to get in contact with me. But the moral of the story, guys, if there's going to be weird stuff happening, you will always remember them. And don't be afraid to share them, because people find weird experiences very intriguing. But now my wife's looking at me, so it's time to go, guys. I hope you're having a great night. I'll see you next time. Peace.